Alright guys, welcome to, as the title suggests, an unintentional beer haul. Basically, it's my day off, I was bored, and I decided that I wanted to go into Wigan to my local Tesco's to see if I could get any of the really hyped up beers that have been released. None of them were available, so obviously I picked up a few things from Tesco's, and then I thought, well, I've not got the Tesco supermarket hype stuff, so I might as well go get some jouse from Northern Beer Temple. It was nice to catch up with John. He went to Indieman as well, but on different sessions than I did. So it would have been good if we could have met up, shared a few drinks. But yeah, caught up with the about the festival. Safe to say, I think everyone who went had a really good time, to be honest. And you're actually on a tripod, so there's an element of professionalism, but I still cannot sort out this bastard changing of exposure. So yeah, I thought I'd do a quick beer haul video. I know it's so pointless doing stuff like this when you're not actually going to be looking at the beer. I'm not flexing or anything like that, far from it. But first of all, stocked up on some Greggs sausage rolls. Got a pack for my lunch tomorrow at work. Yes, a full pack for my lunch. I've got to keep up this this wonderful body. And Craig from Get Beer Review says, "Hey brother, how you doing, Craig? Hope you're feeling a little bit better after your reintroduction to beer last night." So yeah, I haven't put it in the description yet, but of course I will put the links down below to Northern Beer Temple, because John's a great guy, and he's got a great little shop, so picked up some good stuff. First of all, I'll show you the stuff that I got from Tesco's. Non-beer related, but because I am a third hipster, a third fuckboy, and a third basic bitch, I treated myself to some Treacle Moon shower and bath gel because they smell absolutely fantastic. And even though I don't scrub up well often, I do at least like to think that I smell okay. Probably don't, but got the one ginger morning because I love the smell of ginger. Oh, it smells good. It smells good, man. Gotta try and get the ladies somehow. And then we've got a bottle of the Honeycomb Secret. I was hoping that they would have the, what's it called? The cookie dough. Man, oh man, that's a lovely smell. Yeah, honeycomb, that's nice as well. So picked up just those, don't know why I'm showing you them. And because the juice doesn't just have to be with beer, I picked up Tesco breakfast juice. So I'm going to be taking that for me to work tomorrow. Next thing, for £2, I picked up a Pabst Blue Ribbon pint glass with some really nice artwork on there, because they did like a competition to design special edition cans or something like that. Designed by Gajian, the winning artist of the 2008 PBR Art Limited Edition can competition.
You can.
Yeah. You did it on live.
I'm sorry.
But yeah. Is she okay?
Yeah, shouldn't touch your hand.
Sorry. It's not what you think. Anyway, so I've got a feeling that the glass inside is just going to be a bog standard Pabst Blue Ribbon glass, but I like Pabst Blue Ribbon, so I'm not too fussed even if it is. Yeah, it's just a standard Pabst Blue Ribbon glass, but it was like £2, so I thought people are getting in on the glassware. I don't think it was Tesco's that are doing like the Brewdog Tekus and that lovely Carlsberg export glass that Harry picked up. But yeah, so it's got a nice little box, nice artwork on there, and it's yet another glass. So we've got that there. So I picked up 4 beers from Tesco's. One of them is for the upcoming Craft Beer Fortnightly with Harry and the gang over on the Blue Nose Beer Reviews channel. Just have to find the right cans. So the beer that we're definitely going to be looking at is a classic Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So I don't want to drink that because even though it's one of my favourite beers, I want to save that for the hangout. But I've got a feeling I've got beers in there and at the bottom, and I've got new beers today, so I should be okay. And plus, I'm in work tomorrow, so I got that, and then we've got a new BrewDog. We've got the Quench Quake, which is a grapefruit and tangerine sour. Looking forward to giving that. I know Dean spoke relatively highly of it. They also had, is it Candy Kaiser? No, Hop Fiction, I think, in the big bottles. The saison that they do, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and they also have that low alcohol cherry beer or something like that, which did sound good, but I didn't want to commit to a 4-pack. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, looking forward to giving that a try. Then we've got a can from Camden, and that's the Halls Tropical Lager, which I'm looking forward to. Let's see. Long haul flight, luggage straps, and lounge. Yeah, I'm not going to read that. So yeah, I've got a feeling this is going to be a hoppy lager, so hopefully they don't go too far with the hops. So looking forward to that. Lovely looking can. And then one that really intrigued me, from a brewery who doesn't have the greatest reputation in the UK, but I saw this lovely 750ml bottle for, I think it was £3. And I thought I'd give it a go, and it's from Birra Moretti, and it's the Guarnier Antici. I've not said that correctly, have I? I'm not too sure what exactly this is, because there's actually really no English at all on the back, really. Well, there we go. Yeah, there is. There clearly is. A double malt beer. So what am I potentially thinking this could be, and I'm not sure if Dean's reviewed this, but it could be an Italian Doppelbock. So looking forward to giving that a try no matter what. I might save that till like Christmas, or I don't know, or for review 800. I'm not too sure yet, which I'm slowly coming up to, which is quite scary. So that's my tiny haul from Tesco's. Still at a really good range for a supermarket. I was very tempted to just buy the whole shelf's worth of 4Pure's juice box and the tangerine beer that they did. Man, those were my beers of the summer. They really were. But yeah, now I'm kicking myself that I didn't pick up some of those just to have in the fridge, that sort of thing. But yeah, there's 3 reviews there because I am running out of beers now that are ready to go online. As you've probably seen by the fact that a lot of the videos recently, when they're actually released, I haven't updated any information in the description and that sort of stuff. So yeah, luckily I'm going to be actually today just uploading loads of stuff that's on the hard drive and stuff that's still on my phone and things like that. So hopefully we can get some sort of content, so I'm not at the point where I'm like, shit, I have no beer reviews and I'm going to have to get a beer, which I don't want it to be like that. You know, I don't want to review beers for the sake of them. So I am really thinking of, because we're doing a little bit of like a special event towards the end of October, like a special beer week. I think from then on I'm going to cut down reviews and have them every other day as opposed to a beer review every day, just because it's just getting a little bit too much. And I've noticed that the viewership isn't really rising and the subscriber count isn't really rising either, even though I'm really getting close to, I think it's 300, which I'm very happy with. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not really about that, because it's about, you know, doing hangouts with meeting up with people, you guys who watch this and are in the Facebook group and stuff. And you know, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be meeting up with Robin at, you know, Indie Man and spending a day in Manchester with him. Do you know what I mean? And the Manchester piss up, and then we've got some events coming up in the new year. So, you know, I wouldn't have these life experiences if not for a malted beverage. So yeah, although the reviews are important, plus I want to start focusing on the writing side of beer. Because I do have the blog, but I only got 1 blog post up. But then again, nobody writes about beer nowadays, do they? Anyway, so that's the Tesco's haul. Next up, we have got the Northern Beer Temple haul. So I've got a few bottles, but it's mainly cans. And yeah, got 2 bottles of a beer that I'm so happy that I managed to source, and that is the Augustina Oktoberfest. Yeah, I really didn't think I'd be able to pick up any of this year. So when I instantly went into Northern Beer Temple, and out of the corner of, well, pretty much face it, there's like a small fridge, and they were there, and I was like, "Oh, hi, John." Straight to the fridge, picked up a couple. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into those, because I love Augustina, as you might know, and I think they do one of the best Doppelbocks, they do one of the best lagers, and they do one of the best Oktoberfests from memory. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that. And then I got one that John brought to my attention, and I've never seen before. Actually, I think James from Rampant Lion Beer Reviews might have mentioned this one, because he's quite partial to this style. And we've got the Tergenzier Dunkel Export, which is interesting. I never even saw that when I was in Germany. And to be honest, this was rarer than Rocking Horse shit as well, even though I was about an hour's train ride from Munich when I was in Germany. So it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. I knew that we were getting stuff in UK because David from the Beer House in Yorkshire, he posted that he got hold of some, and the chaps from Beernomicon were posts on Instagram, and they were saying you could get it from Beermoth, which I was actually willing to just take a trip to Manchester just so I could get a couple of bottles. But thankfully, John, the legend that he is, managed to get hold of some, and a Dunkel beer from Tergenzier. A Dunkel beer from Tergenzier. A Dunkel beer from Tergenzier. That's why I don't have a career as a singer. So, next up, we've got 2 cans from a brewery who I find very underrated. And we actually talked about these on Good Beer Live, or we might have talked about them after the show. But I got a couple of the new cans from Arbor. Got the Rocket Man, which I already have. I tried that in the big bottle, and I loved it. I loved it, but I didn't review it. I don't know why. And then Meg's Bomb, which is Simcoe, Mosaic, Equinox, and Galaxy, which is an American pale. So we've got an IPA and a pale ale, 568ml cans. You know, I'm always happy when the craft breweries are generous with the amount of beer that they put in the bottle or the can. And I think with Arbor going into cans, I think that's going to get their popularity up, which rightly deserved, because I don't think they're one of those breweries people don't like, of course, but great looking cans, real tall boys. Exactly, that's the proper definition of tall boys. So I think Rob will be happy with that. So yeah, I think that's a really good move, and it wouldn't surprise me if a little bit of hype gets developed. Fingers crossed. I want hype for any brewery at the end of the day. Then we've got what have we got here? We've got a can from Whiplash. For some reason, I've never drank a Whiplash beer, even though I've heard so many good things. And they were even on tap in a bar in Dublin when I was in Ireland, and for some reason I didn't gravitate towards it. I was all about the Smithwick's and the that wonderful stout, which I can never remember the name of the brewery. But this is the Phantasm Plains, and this is an extra pale using Pilsner malt, wheat malt, Carapil, Citra, Amarillo, Hallertau Blanc, Kolsch yeast. So looking forward to giving that a try. And I always forget the lady's name who does the artwork for this, and she's an absolute... Her artwork is absolutely stunning, and yeah, fantastic stuff. So it's really good to see her getting in the limelight as well, because I am a big believer of promoting not only the beer, but of course the artwork that goes into it as well. So then we've got a can from Wylam, and this is a double IPA, and this is the Freak Magnet, and this is hopped with Vic Secret, Citra, Cryo, and Nelson Sauvin, 8.5%. Even though they're at Beavertown, even though they were at Indieman, I only had one beer, and it was like a sort of like an experimental stout that they'd done with Buxton, I think, which was scrumdiddlyumptious. So looking forward to giving that a try. Excuse me. Had some really good beers from Wyman, actually, so it's about time that I gave them another go. Then we've got some Manchester action. because why not? Including a can from Cloudwater in collaboration with Collective Arts out of Canada, who I was very lucky to try the. Can't really say lucky now because I think from now on they're going to be somewhat widely available in the UK, according to the lady at the Collective Arts stall. And I had Ransacked the Universe, which was that was such a good beer, really, really was. And yes, this collaboration between Cloudwater and Collective Arts, and it's a Brut IPA. So I've never had a Brut IPA before, so I've been actually kind of straying away from them, to be honest, because the way they're described, they don't really appeal to me. But yeah, wanted to give Collective Arts a go, and I've not had a Cloudwater beer for ages either, so we'll give that a try. And then we've got two beers from what I think is going to be a brewery that you're going to be hearing a hell of a lot about next year, and that's Wander Beyond. So the first one is Keeper of the Lychees, which is a sour IPA with lychees. And this is clocking in at 6.6%. Fantastic artwork, as per usual. I've yet to have a bad beer from Wander Beyond. I've only had 3, but all of them have been absolute triumphs. Especially that dark milkshake black IPA that they did. That was... And this is one. This next one. Let's see. Cutting down then, mate. Yeah, definitely. I really need to stop. Not for like any health issues or any concerns, but just because I'm spending way too much money on beer. Not to the point where I'm like skinting myself, of course, but it's like, come on, Peter, rein it in a little. So yeah, this will definitely, although I do have a £10 voucher still valid for Honest Brew, or is it Honest Brew? I can't remember. So I want to use that. I might use that towards Christmas as a little treat, even though I've got the 2-all advent calendar coming, and I'm going to be keeping on doing the Mikella Beer Club as well. So yeah, I really need to just rein it in, although I don't think I'll be doing this month's Beer 52 box, just because it sounds like it's stuff brewed by Beer 52, which I've got no problem with. I think they've made some really good beers with Brother Anders, but I like having beers from different breweries, because I don't know if you've noticed about my channel, but it's primarily been either beer club related beers or Beer 52 related beers, and no one's like picked up on it or said anything, but I don't want it just to be that sort of thing. I want to have a bit of variety there. That's why I've been picking up quite a bit of trad beer recently as well, just to break it up a bit. But this beer. I've heard ridiculous things about this one. Let's see. I've stopped Beer 52 into German box. Yeah, I think the German box is like the pinnacle of Beer 52's box. Although that being said, the itchy knee. Although the Balkans box has been fantastic so far. It really, really has. What a nice surprise that has been. But yeah, I think I'm going to be stopping it for a few months. Even though the customer service from Beer 52 has always been fantastic. Because I've been a massive pain in the arse to that company with my indecisiveness and thinking, oh shit, I needed to cancel. But then, you know, they've always really been such a good company to deal with. Even though there were people who were like saying, oh, I'll never use Beer 52 again. Couldn't get through to them on the phone. They never answer emails. Every time I've had a query or a question, they've answered it wonderfully and in a good manner. So I'm not going to fault them for their service, of course. But it's just, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, maybe just cut back on that a little bit. But anyway, the last beer that I've got, again from Wander Beyond, and this is it's another milkshake IPA, but I've heard that this is too thick, it's too creamy, and it's got too much of a bold body. In fact, people have been telling me that this beer is just too much. It's so amazing that people have been struggling to drink it, and even John was saying in the shop, and he even had new stock downstairs that he hadn't put in the shop yet, and he was like saying, "Listen, I could get you a can if you want to buy one." I was like, "Yes." And there were a couple of guys who were going to the rugby, having a few pre-rugby drinks, and they were saying like this is one of the most genuinely insane beers that they've ever had, and they were like saying it was almost too much for me, and I'm kind of wanting it to be a bit overwhelming for me. Do you know what I mean? But we've got the Octopod Imperial Milkshake IPA with mango and passion fruit at 12% ABV in a 440ml can. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I've got a soundboard on my phone which I can't use because I'm recording on my phone, but I would be... What a fucking insane sounding beer that I am so looking forward to. You cannot believe it. And just think like a month or so ago, I was like saying, oh, I'm getting a bit bored of the hazy IPAs. It's like, shut up, Peter. That hurt. But yeah, so I am stupidly excited about that. So I don't think I'll be drinking it. Well, mind you, I want to drink it as fresh as possible. I want to drink it right now in the middle of the afternoon, but yeah, that just looks absolutely wonderful. It sounds amazing, and it's got mango and passion fruit. Hello, sounds good to me. So yeah, that's my unintentional beer haul. Don't think I'll be buying anything else for a good while now. How much was that? That was, don't know, can we see it? £7.45. Yeah, but apparently it's definitely worth it. But actually, when I think about it, I didn't buy too much in terms of quantity today. But yeah, I hope you're as good as I imagine you are, which is always a bad thing when it comes to beer. But yeah, I like that little haul. Nothing too amazingly crazy or outrageous, but those Arbor cans are really requesting I drink them. And of course, Augustiner Oktoberfest beer. Plus, I'm really intrigued by the Doppelbock from Birra Moretti. Anyway, so if you tried any of these beers, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. I'll put John's links down below as well. Northern Beer Temple, my favourite bottle shop, not just because it's a bus ride away, but because it just so happens that John is one of those people, he knows what he's talking about, but he won't alienate you with his beer knowledge. And if you ask him a question, he'll give you an answer, and any like recommendations you'd like, he will provide you with them. And it's not just, oh, this is the most expensive beer we've got in the shop, I think you should buy it, sort of thing. It's like he will, if you've got a beer that you like and you want a recommendation of something similar, you will get recommendations. And yeah, great service, and it was good to see people actually drinking in the shop as well. So yeah, Wigan has come a heck of a long way in terms of... I think it's always been quite good for real ale, because there are some good cask pubs in Wigan city centre and the surrounding areas, even for when I was not really doing the whole, beer reviewing thing from my, teenage drinking. I do remember a lot of emphasis on, like, classic cask beer. And with Northern Beer Temple and with what's going on, Wigan Central... the John Bull Chop House has now got a craft beer upstairs, a craft beer thing going on upstairs. There's another bottle shop, not a bottle shop, but another little bar that I've seen open. And yeah, it's great to see that locally, somewhat locally. It's the neighbouring town, I suppose, but yeah. And John's right up there at the forefront for me personally. So yeah, if you're ever in Wigan, you're gonna have a good drinking experience. Don't get too pissed, because a lot of Wiganers and a lot of people from Skem who go to Wigan for a night out can't really handle the drink, so it gets a little bit leery, not gonna lie. But if you wanted a sensible session and you wanted to stock up on some good beers, then Wigan is definitely a place that you should check out. So, yeah, apologies if I've offended anyone from Wigan or Skem. I can do that, actually, because both sides of my family originate from Skem and Wigan, so I am Skemish Wiganer, a woollyback who was born in Billinge. But yeah, so where's this going? Why didn't this end? Anyway, cheers, Craig, for popping on live and comments. It was great catching up with you last night, by the way, mate. And yeah, thank you to anyone who is watching this, whether it's live or when it gets uploaded to YouTube, and anyone who leaves any comments, any recommendations, thoughts, opinions, greatly appreciated. Cheers, bud. And yeah, thanks for watching, and look out for some interesting reviews over the next couple of weeks. And actually, I think I'll announce what the special event is. I'm doing a German beer week at the end of October. So I've got quite a few of the videos ready, but I've got potentially 2 more beers that can be used for that week. So yeah, I've always said I wanted to have a little bit of an emphasis on German beer, and I'm slowly bringing it back into the forefront. So yeah, look out for that if you want a nice fix of German traditional and craft beer. So anyway, thank you for watching. I've waffled on for way too long, and I'm going to tuck into a sausage roll. So, and I don't think you want to see me eat on camera. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers, guys.